어떻게
Seguimos no tormenta.
¡Niñas! Son dos niñas, no manches.
While walking through the woods, TikToker Batty with a Belly was live streaming when he came across something that instantly startled him. Lying among the bushes was what appeared to be a body. As he moved closer, he realized it was not human at all. Instead, it turned out to be a silicone inflatable doll, completely out of place, strange, and unintentionally amusing. No one knows how it ended up there or for what reason, and perhaps it's better left unanswered. An investigator was exploring deep within a forest in Vietnam at night when he unknowingly captured disturbing footage. At the time of filming, he had no idea what had been recorded. He continued moving through the area, unaware of a presence nearby. Later, while reviewing the video, he was shocked by what appeared on screen. Whether it was a real person, a ghost, or something else entirely, whatever appeared there should not have been in that place. A hiker was alone at Eagle Creek in Oregon, taking photos along the trail. Later, while reviewing the images with a friend, something unexpected stood out. One photo revealed an unusual blue-white shape. When enlarged, it appeared to resemble an angelic figure. The hiker had no explanation for what was captured, and the unsettling image remained saved on the phone, a strange and unexplained reminder of that day. A group of friends were hiking through the woods at night. Everything seemed normal until they noticed something ahead. At first, they believed it was an animal. As they got a clearer look, it appeared more humanoid. They recorded it as it moved away from them. No matter how quickly they followed, they were unable to catch up. The group continued their hike in fear, remaining tense and on edge the entire way. YouTuber Eater Hernandez and his crew were exploring Devil's Cave at night. From the beginning, the atmosphere felt heavy and uneasy, but once they stepped inside, something unexpected occurred. A figure was suddenly visible, standing motionless in the darkness. Its appearance was unclear, almost as if it had no face. Alarmed, the group quickly fled through the surrounding jungle. As they tried to escape, they encountered another figure along the way. No one could determine whether it was a person, a demon, or something resembling eerie mannequins. Whatever it was, they chose not to stay and find out. While camping in the Appalachian Mountains, someone woke up to an unexpected sight. For a brief moment, fear set in. Soon after, they realized the spider was on the outside of the tent. Even so, it was a chilling way to begin the day. On April 12, 2023, inside the Saul Demonstration State Forest in the Santa Cruz Mountains, a hiker recorded his walk through the area. At first, the forest was quiet and peaceful. Then, unusual sounds began to echo among the trees. Moments later, another noise followed, this one much louder. Soon after that, he heard footsteps coming from behind him and realized it was time to leave. Late at night, a man noticed a wrecked car parked along the roadside. He took several photos before law enforcement arrived. At first glance, it appeared to be nothing more than an abandoned vehicle. Later, while reviewing the images, he noticed something unsettling. In two of the photos, a face seemed visible behind the shattered windshield, its expression appearing distorted and filled with anguish. When the images were shared online, many believed they captured the spirits of those involved in the crash. Others dismissed the sighting as pareidolia. But the question remains, was it really just that? Deep within an Indonesian forest, a couple claimed they recorded something hard to believe. Hidden among remote waterfalls lies the long-standing legend of the Jurik Kai, a spirit feared for generations. Local stories describe it as a strange blend of human and lizard, said to remain concealed behind the thunderous curtain of water. Patient and silent, it is believed to wait, luring people closer through the beauty of the falls or by imitating the sound of a crying child. Those who approach are said to be dragged into the violent depths, never to be seen again. The couple maintains the entity appeared in their footage, though the image is too unclear to confirm anything with certainty. After a long work shift and heavy traffic, Ariana finally parked for the night, only to discover her water tank had leaked across the floor of her van.
So the water is under here, all over the floor still. And down here. And I have a lot of stuff to clean. And it's not just cleaning up the water, because it's from my gray water tank. So I have to go and bleach this.
Frustrated, she spent hours cleaning the mess thoroughly before finally settling in to rest. But just as she relaxed,
Just finished cleaning up. I bleached the floor 3 times. So I'm pretty sure it's clean, but it just doesn't feel clean enough. You know what I'm saying?
a sudden loud knock struck the side of the van. When she looked outside, no one was there.
Came and knocked on my window and said I'm out here. And I always keep my my pocket, you know, on me. So I'm reaching back. I'm stunned because who the is this? I don't see the person anymore. I don't even want to park here anymore. Yeah, I don't want to park here anymore.
The silence that followed felt unsettling. Fear quickly took hold. She packed up immediately, drove away from the area, and spent the night uneasy and unable to rest, haunted by the unexplained visitor. So what do you think happened that night? Was it a coincidence, a stranger nearby, or something far more unsettling? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. In the Appalachian Mountains, a man and his dog were walking at night when they suddenly heard something unsettling. The eerie sounds carried through the darkness, leaving them frozen where they stood. Hearing noises like this so late at night felt deeply disturbing. And given Appalachia's unsettling reputation, it raises an uneasy question. Was it simply wildlife echoing through the forest, or something far more ominous hiding among the trees? In October 2024, Mike camped on a closed, unrestored section of the Great Wall of China. Mist and low clouds twisted the landscape, turning the surroundings disorienting and unsettling after nightfall.
Dude, I know I'm in the middle of nowhere, but this is so sketchy. I keep hearing voices, like faraway voices. But then I just think like, I don't know, it's just scary. It's scary. Let's just wait for the sun to come up. Try to get a few hours sleep. Wait for the sun to come up.
As darkness set in, he began hearing unusual sounds in the distance.
Okay, brother. Okay. You are sleeping? Sleeping here?
I was lying here, and I could hear voices on the horizon, and I'm like, am I just hearing things?
The noises resembled faint voices, echoing far across the empty terrain, leaving him uneasy and unsure of what he was hearing. With no clear explanation, he decided to wait through the night and rest until morning. Later, he unexpectedly crossed paths with another traveler who was photographing the stars nearby. The encounter proved harmless and helped ease the growing tension. By sunrise, the clouds slowly lifted, revealing the Great Wall stretching endlessly across the surrounding mountains. Groovy Gavin, a YouTuber known for exploring haunted and abandoned locations, documented a trip to the Appalachian Mountains. His goal was to investigate reports of disappearances, ghost sightings, and rumors of feral people linked to Elk Mount Ghost Town. As the exploration continued, the atmosphere began to feel increasingly unsettling.
Oh, shit. What is that?
Bird, dude.
I actually kind of feel bad for the bird now. He was sleeping.
Damn.
That scared the Jesus. There's the bathroom. You think I could take a shit in there? Probably. Hello? My light's freaking out. My light's going on and off. Bro. My light's freaking out, bro. Look at it, it's flickering. Hello? Dude, I'm fucking shaking. Hello? Bro, I gotta figure it out now. Yo! Please stop. Dude, I hear something. There's someone 100% in there. There's someone in there. I think so.
Strange moments occurred throughout the site, including sudden disturbances that caused alarm. Lights began flickering unexpectedly, and unfamiliar noises echoed through nearby structures. Despite searching, no one could be found. Even so, the group chose to enter one final building.
Could help me out and or just step on that stair right there. Are there feral people out here? Could you just step in front of that, please? Okay, are there skinwalkers or some?
Inside, something unexpected appeared. A face was visible in a window, despite no one standing there. Moments later, Gavin's investigation equipment activated on its own. At the same time, a phone light began switching on and off without explanation. With tension rising, they decided to leave the area. Later, while reviewing the footage, the experience felt even more disturbing than it had in the moment. So what do you think they encountered at Elk Mount Ghost Town? Was it equipment interference, a hidden person, or something far more unsettling? Share your thoughts in the comments below. A group from Pandemonium camped on remote BLM land in the United States. The area was quiet and isolated, bordered by dense woodland and a nearby river. During the night, their sense of calm was suddenly interrupted.
So not sure if y'all can hear, but I'm not sure if he's drunk or he's just mentally unwell. But there's a guy just walking through base camp cussing. I mean, like, severely cussing. You probably can hear him. He's also kind of not making any sense. It's kind of freaky, weird, and creepy.
Someone began walking through their campsite, shouting aggressively and behaving erratically. The behavior felt confusing, unsettling, and deeply uncomfortable, making it difficult to tell whether the person was intoxicated or unwell. Concerned for their safety, authorities were contacted. Officers later arrived with flashlights and worked to remove the intruder from the area.
Thank you for calling us. We appreciate it. She's gonna be leaving there shortly. She's gonna be returning to her campsite for the evening.
Oh, that's a woman?
Yes.
Oh.
I have no idea.
like a guy.
No, well, there was a male subject that was down there with her. Yeah, I guess he left. He's driving a white Jeep. He went into town, so we're gonna see if we can't find him.
That's not true.
No,
That's not true.
happened long before we heard it.
She's been here by herself the whole time.
Okay.
Screaming
Well,
at somebody that wasn't.
right. She has a history of drug use.
The situation was eventually brought under control, and the campsite returned to silence. The incident served as a stark reminder that in remote places, unexpected encounters with people can sometimes be more frightening than any wildlife in the surrounding wilderness. During a hike deep in the woods, the person came across something unusual. A dead bird lay on the ground, and a red cloth was tied high among the branches. Disturbed by the sight, they quickly left the area. After the footage was shared online, many viewers offered an explanation. It was likely part of a sacred ritual, not something meant to be sinister. In certain native traditions, red tobacco ties and feathers serve as offerings, prayers left for the Creator. They mark a moment in time, carrying sorrow, hope, and remembrance. To outsiders, the scene may feel unsettling, but to those who placed it there, it was an act of faith and love. On Burnaby Mountain, a young black bear calmly wandered into a gathered crowd. The animal moved slowly and without aggression, appearing curious rather than threatening. At first, the bear continued on its path unnoticed by some. Then the realization spread through the group. Sudden panic followed as people reacted all at once, voices rising as the unexpected encounter became clear. Despite the shock, the bear showed no hostile behavior and continued moving away on its own. It was meant to be a calm night of camping, but by morning something felt off. A camper woke up to discover an unfamiliar man inside his vehicle. The situation was unexpected and deeply confusing.
Hey, think you got the wrong camper. Hey there. Think you're in the wrong camper. Hey, did you stagger into the wrong camper last night? I don't know who you are. Somebody's probably missing you, though. We gotta get up and get ready. You're gonna have to go home. I don't know where home is. Hey, dude. Hey. I don't know who you are. You're in my camper. Whoa. What am I doing in your camper, bro? Well, I don't know. You must have slept a good one off. I am sorry, man.
The camper remained composed, quickly realizing the man appeared disoriented rather than aggressive. He seemed unsure of where he was or how he had gotten there. The encounter was tense, yet strangely quiet. After a brief moment of confusion, it became clear the man had likely entered the wrong camper by mistake. He appeared more lost than threatening. Fortunately, the situation ended without incident. No one was harmed, and the man eventually left. Still, the experience served as a reminder that securing a camper properly is essential for safety. Deep within the forest, far from the main trail, an unusual scene came into view. A group of people stood together among the trees, moving in unison. It did not resemble hikers simply stopping to relax. Instead, the moment felt deliberate, almost ceremonial. Encountering them in the stillness of the woods was deeply unsettling. She remained quiet and continued observing from a distance before carefully making her way back toward her car to leave the area. Hearing sounds like this in the middle of the night was deeply unsettling. Combined with Appalachia's eerie reputation, it raises a troubling question. Was it simply wildlife, or something far more disturbing hiding in the woods? Tim Morozov, a Russian explorer, spent a night inside a house feared for its dark presence.
Так, сейчас нет сигнала. Днем пока что еще не стемнело. Получается, друзья, действительно, днем здесь активность паранормальная отсутствует. В этом доме она присутствует только ночью. Эми не пищит, значит, наверное, безопасно. Ой, черт. Вот эти все иглы снова вторгнуты. Это мучает кукол. Я сейчас это вытащу все и сломаю эти иглы. Друзья, от кукол идет небольшой сигнал. Это значит души здесь. Оно здесь. Оно здесь.
During the daytime, nothing unusual seemed to occur. The activity was said to appear only after nightfall. The evening began quietly until he made a disturbing discovery in the attic. There, he found dolls pierced with needles. He believed the objects carried a disturbing energy. Soon after, his spirit box activated, producing a chilling message that implied a threat. The moment was deeply unsettling.
Твоя душа будет моей куклой.
Кто ты? Назовись. Я не боюсь тебя. Гриф погас. Что произошло, я не понимаю.
Shortly afterward, his equipment suddenly stopped working. Heavy footsteps could then be heard moving through the house. He suspected that something, or someone, was present, possibly tied to the objects found earlier.
Бегает. Я подозреваю, что здесь есть какой-то человек, который вставил иголки обратно в куклы и о котором говорили души. Якобы это человек, но не совсем.
Then, without warning, he was forcefully pushed by something unseen. Later, while reviewing the footage, he noticed a shadow moving behind him. By morning, he left the house shaken, convinced he had narrowly escaped a demonic presence. A man traveled deep into the Smoky Mountains, seeking the rumored feral people believed to live, cut off from civilization for decades. Stories have circulated about a group of individuals who remain somewhere within these mountains. These individuals are often referred to as feral people. They are described as people who have lived off the grid their entire lives without any form of true contact with the outside world. They are said to inhabit the remote Appalachian Mountains. This area has long been associated with disappearances. The exact location where he stood is known for people vanishing without explanation. Before long, he began to feel something was not right. As he continued walking along the trail, he became aware of an unsettling sound.
As I'm moving on this trail, I hear some fucking weird ass sound. It's that clicking sound again that I've heard before. So I kind of want to use this 360 camera to see what I can find. What the fuck is that? That was the fucking scariest sound I've ever heard in my life. You all had to, the camera had to pick that up. I just heard this sound that was like
a strange noise repeating in the distance. It was the same clicking sound he had noticed before, prompting him to activate a 360-degree camera to observe whatever might be nearby. Unusual movement in the trees drew his attention, followed by disturbing clicking noises. Growing closer with each step, an unknown sound suddenly echoed nearby. It registered as the most frightening noise he had ever experienced. The source remained unclear. He hoped the camera had managed to capture it. The sound resembled something unnatural. He prepared the camera to record further, attempting to identify its origin.
problem is the humidity right now. Oh my god, there it was again. There is something over here making like a dying sound.
Humidity in the air caused equipment interference, making it difficult to determine what was happening above him. Moments later, the sound returned once again. Unidentifiable. Something nearby appeared to be producing a distressed noise.
I'm kind of losing my shit right now. Because as I was coming down the trail, I just heard this really, really weird sound. I slowed down, I stopped, and my lightning detector started going absolutely crazy. Now, hold on. 27 strikes. I have never had that happen.
Shortly after his lightning detector malfunctioned, his anxiety escalated rapidly as he moved down the trail. He heard another extremely unusual sound, forcing him to slow and stop. At that moment, the lightning detector began reacting at an extreme level, showing 27 strikes, a number he had never encountered before, never once recording 27 previously. And then he discovered this.
That's a fucking footprint. Like a human footprint. I mean, there's no doubt that's a human footprint. Where a human footprint should not fucking be. I've got movement over here.
A clear footprint pressed into the ground, clearly resembling a human footprint. With no doubt it was human, located where no person should reasonably be. Especially not barefoot movement appeared nearby. Terrifying sounds continued throughout the forest, and his equipment suddenly ceased functioning. He escaped, believing he was being observed. On March 17, 2025, Wallace spent his first night camping alone in Batharathy Glen, a remote area in Scotland's West Highlands, long rumored to be haunted by James of the Glen. He set up camp, cooked his food, and gathered firewood before settling in for the night. Several hours later, he woke with an unsettling sensation.
During the night, I had a bit of a spooky experience. I woke up with what felt like a hand on my shoulder. I initially thought it would be the dog or one of the cats. Then I got a stark reminder I was actually in a bothy alone. I then thought it maybe be a mouse or a rat, so I flicked my shoulder to get it off. The weight lifted, but then nothing happened. No squeak or no noise of it landing on the floor.
He felt what seemed like a hand resting on his shoulder. At first, he assumed it was an animal, despite knowing he was completely alone. Thinking it might have been a small creature, he brushed his shoulder to knock it away. The pressure lifted, but nothing followed. There was no sound, no movement, and no sign of anything landing nearby. The sensation disappeared, leaving him alone in total silence.
After nearly 15 years, I have finally managed to do my first ever solo bothy night. And would I do it again? Probably not. Last night I just felt a little bit lonely, just wasn't quite for me. During the night I felt that hand on my shoulder. My initial thoughts was it was a mouse. Flicked my shoulder, waiting for the thud of a mouse or a rat or something, and absolutely nothing, not even a squeak. So yeah, that freaked me out a little bit. When I arrived at the bothy last night, there was a couple there just leaving. They were just day tripping with their dog, and she was telling me that James of the Glen haunts the bothy. I don't know, it's all these folklore, isn't it? Do you know what? It's probably just my imagination, but these things do sort of freak you out a little.
By morning, he had made it through the night. However, he admitted the experience had deeply unsettled him. After nearly 15 years, he had finally completed a solo overnight stay, but acknowledged he would likely never attempt another. Camping alone felt isolating rather than comforting, and the unexplained moment during the night only reinforced that feeling. Although he later considered the possibility that it was imagination or folklore, the experience stayed with him. A man was driving home late at night along a remote dirt road when he suddenly sensed that something was watching him. Unusual sounds carried through the darkness around him. He took out his phone and started recording. That was when the footage was captured. Ahead on the road, two figures became visible. They appeared to be shaped like young girls, but they had no visible faces and were standing in unnatural positions. Filled with fear, he stopped recording and quickly drove away. He became convinced that whatever he saw did not belong to the living world. Was it simply an arrangement meant to scare people away? Or was something genuinely unexplained caught on camera? In 2021, a hiker in the United Kingdom came across something deeply unsettling. Baby dolls were found nailed to trees inside an abandoned village. Some were suspended upside down, while others were arranged in disturbing positions. He recorded the scene on video, but the footage revealed more than he expected. Viewers later noticed something lurking in the background. A pale figure appeared briefly before disappearing into nearby vegetation. The village itself held a dark history. It originally operated as a World War I military hospital. Later, it was converted into a pension hospital and then worker housing until the area was left abandoned in the 1950s. Authorities eventually removed the dolls, yet no explanation was ever provided. To this day, the hiker remains unsure who or what was present with him. Tammy Laird and her 9-year-old son, Sterling, were traveling to a Cub Scout camp when their GPS directed them onto a rugged trail in California's Sierra Nevada. Their vehicle later broke down, and with no signal and no clear route out, they became stranded. Thinking quickly, Tammy tore a brown bedsheet into strips and tied them to nearby branches, leaving handwritten messages behind as markers. At the same time, Sterling used his scout whistle to signal for help. After 24 tense hours, a search team discovered one of the notes, followed the marked path, and eventually found both mother and son safe inside their car. Deep in the forest, an explorer came across something unusual. A jar was hidden among the twisted roots of a massive tree. Across many cultures, stories speak of dark entities sealed inside containers to restrain their power. Disturbing the seal is said to risk releasing something dangerous. The discovery felt less like a valuable find and more like a silent warning. Choosing not to open it may have been the wisest decision. In 2014, 3 friends chose a camping trip instead of attending prom. During the weekend, one of them used a Polaroid camera to photograph the other 2. When they later examined the image, they noticed an unusual shadow appearing behind the tent. Nothing out of the ordinary had occurred during the trip itself, aside from distant shouting that seemed to come from intoxicated campers nearby. Yet the photograph captured something that none of them could ever explain. That's all for tonight's video. Which encounter gave you chills? Let us know in the comments below. Got your own experience? We want to hear it. And whatever you do, don't miss what's coming next.